How do you avoid losing your children to DCF in Massachusetts? Wow, is that a mouthful? How to avoid losing your children to DCF in Massachusetts takes on many different steps. And each and every case in each and every family is like a fingerprint or a snowflake. They're different, distinct, separate and apart, every single case, and they must be treated as such. So there's not one answer that can fit each and every case. There's not like a round peg you can put into a square hole. But what I can do is tell you examples of stuff where families have made mistakes. And the first one is when DCF contacts you, I beg you, take these allegations seriously. Take action, be proactive. Don't sit and ignore them. I had a client that told DCF that I represented him. We had not signed a fee agreement yet. DCF kept calling me, and this individual kept telling DCF that I represented him. And then one night, in the middle of the night, DCF came and took their children out of the home because the father and the mother failed to take action, failed to return phone calls to DCF, failed to respond to what DCF was asking for. There was nothing that I thought was out of ordinary. So when DCF comes and sends you a letter or a phone call, my first suggestion is call a lawyer. Get the lawyer to intercede and find out what it is that's going on with DCF. And work through that lawyer to protect yourselves. Put a lawyer between you and DCF. With that said, you want to make sure that when DCF does communicate with you, they're going to want to check on your children. And you can fight that. And you can say, oh, you got to go get a search warrant, which they will do. Or they may go to the court and get an emergency order, or they may get an order the next day, but they'll come back. You can take that to the bank. They're not going away. So avoiding it doesn't solve anything. What I suggest you do is when DCF comes to the home and they're unannounced, bring your children outside, let DCF see them. Let DCF see that they have no marks or bruises, and just say very nicely to DCF, I would love to speak to you, but my attorney, Kevin Seaver, would be very mad at me if I speak to you. And just say to them, I'd like to make another appointment at a mutually convenient time so that we can discuss this with my lawyer present, attorney Kevin Seaver. And you don't have DCF speak to your children. DCF has the right to see your children. Let them see them, but don't fire them. They'll immediately go get the proper order from the court or an emergency order, or whatever they need, they're gonna go get. They think children are in harm's way. And by you not cooperating with them, DCF says to themselves, there's something more going on here than I see. So to me, I always tell clients, I'm not telling you to roll and play dead. I'm not telling you to be like the doormat. What I am telling you is that cooperate with DCF to a point where they can see your children. Let them see there's no marks or bruises and nothing wrong with your kids. But do not get what I call diarrhea of the mouth. Do not try to sell your case. Do not do that. Find out what the allegations are through an attorney, Kevin Seaver. Then you can sit down and figure out why these allegations were filed to some extent. And you can prepare for that. You prepare for meeting with DCF so they do not take your children. But if DCF thinks you're playing with them, they're going to take your kids. You can take that to the bank. And if you're disrespectful and discourteous, and some clients are nasty to DCF, and they say some awful things, very disrespectful, that has no place. DCF has a job to do. They're going to do their job. But don't make it worse. Don't make it more difficult than it already is. This is different, and it can be difficult, but don't make it more difficult. That's my suggestion, that's my advice.